Hey, y'all, it's Rob Folia with Folia Properties at Keller Williams in Nashville. And man, I wanted to just record a quick video on things to do in a market slowdown. Because, guys, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't want to be your coach. I don't want to, this isn't an application to be a coach at a certain company. I'm not trying to sell you a system for only 999, whatever, that you can buy this and be the next whatever. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to put good back into an industry that has done good for my life. And I've been in this industry for about 10 years now. I feel like I've got some really solid life balance, things that a lot of agents simply strive for. And so I just figured I'd put some good back out there for everybody to hopefully take something from. And so things to do in a market slowdown. I've got four things, two things that are more business oriented and two things that are more personal and life oriented that I just want to pass along to you. Because this is things that I've been observing this year just in my life and just through my peers as well. First things first. Number one, get clarity on how much profit you need from your real estate business and then create a plan to actually hit that number. I'm not going to walk you through that right now, guys. There's a million resources out there on the MREA models, the budget model, the different organization models. And yet my reason for saying this and bringing this up is I'm finding way too many agents, especially my KWYP friends, my young professional friends, that are going after something, yet it's not in their heart, not in their soul. They're wanting to go after some seventh level team, and yet they didn't get into this business because they want to be the next Gary Keller, or fill in the blank with some other real estate guru, or the next. They didn't get into this industry for that. They got into this industry to make money, to be their own boss, to be self-employed, to chase freedom, to go after what it is that they love. And yet somehow, because of that, maybe because they're an achiever, I know I was guilty of this as well for a while. I would simply aim for more's sake because it sounded good. And so I'd put a business plan in place to make more money because I thought I needed to. And then I needed to sell more homes to hire more people, to sell more homes to hire more people. And yet, did I actually need to do that? So my question for you is, do you actually need to sell the number of homes that you think you need to sell? And what I mean by that is, if you have an income goal of like a gross profit, net income for your household goal of, I don't know, pick a number, $100,000, do you actually need to sell the 36 homes that you have a business plan for, or the 48 or 75 or whatever it is, to do that? Or can you cut expenses? Can you work your database? Can you work the people that like work with, I should say, the people that you actually know, to simplify things, to maybe sell less homes, but because you don't have the expenses of some major ad campaign to find more people to talk to, that the numbers actually make a little bit more sense. And so if you're curious about what I mean by that, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to have a quick chat with anybody about what I mean. But again, I just want to propose that question. Do you actually need to sell what you think you need to sell? Because I think most agents don't actually need to sell what they think they need to sell. They can get by with selling less and be just fine. Second thing to do in a market slowdown, and because, guys, because this is what we're in. We are in a market slowdown. There's less demand than there was 12 months ago because of interest rates. There's less supply out there as well. Just look at the stats. There are less homes for sale, and so that's a market slowdown. It's not a shift like 15 years ago where prices were crashing. Because prices are still rising. At least they are around here. It's just a slowdown. And so, anyway, though, the number two thing to do in a market slowdown: use this as an opportunity to institute business hours for your business. Man, I can't tell you how many times I see real estate agents just working whenever. And maybe they want to work 80 hours a week, 70, 60, 90, however many hours a week. And yet, like, it's June 1st right now as I'm recording this. And I mean, it was Memorial Day weekend this past weekend, right? And I saw friends from around the country that are like bragging about the fact that they were working on Saturday, working on Sunday, working over the holidays. I'm there for my clients. Hey, I get it. I want to be there for my clients too. And yet, man, that's how burnout's going to come, especially in a market slowdown. That's how burnout's going to come. And so use this as an opportunity to institute actual business hours for your business. Do you wish your business operated the same way that a bank does, and that you were available 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, or 8 to 5, or maybe 8 to 5 with evening appointments available and the occasional Saturday morning appointment available? Institute those hours and then stick to it. This is how you can crack the code. I remember having a great conversation with one of my friends from around the country at an event last year, and I was telling her about how I found this balance inside of real estate. And that was the term she used: crack the code. You've cracked the code inside of real estate. And I'm like, man, I really haven't. I'm disciplined with my hours. And so I would just encourage y'all, use this as an opportunity to institute out business hours for your business. If you're selling less homes, you have less things to do right now. Do those things during the hours that you want to work, and then have more time for the next two things I'm going to talk about, of course. But but have more time for your family, have more time for your passions, and work your business. But crack this code. You can absolutely do that. And so I promise two things from a business perspective, two things from a personal perspective. So number three, and it's the first thing from a personal perspective, use this time to spend extra time with the people you love. So if you crack the code and you know, hey, I'm going to be available, with my cell phone on me from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And, I'll be there to answer questions on Saturday morning, but I'm not taking appointments out after 12 on Saturday, whatever it is, that freed up every evening throughout the week for you and the majority of your weekend to spend time with the people you love. Those people can be friends, they can be family. If you've got young kids, I know so many of my friends inside of KWYP have young kids. Use this as the time to spend time with them. You can't get that time back. No one gets to the end of the line saying they wish they worked more, and saying, man, I wish I hadn't spent so much time with the people I cared about. No one says that. And so get to the end of the line knowing that you did everything you can to live the life you wanted to live. Spend this time, the extra time that you can, with the people that you love. If you're doing less work, you have more time. Spend the time with the people you care about. You absolutely can, especially if you've followed the first two steps and you've gotten clarity on how much profit you need and you've created a plan to hit that. And then you've instituted business hours, man, you can spend that extra time with the people you love. And then the fourth thing, the second personal thing, is, man, go after a dream or a passion that you have deep down inside. It doesn't mean you have to shift gears and completely let real estate go. But I'm just saying, y'all can see behind me all my guitars. It's not a secret. I love music. I love creating music. I love writing music. Spend time. For me, it's spending time writing music. It's spending time going to jam sessions, collaborating, creating with other people. Putting a little bit of energy into marketing my music as well, creating TikToks and YouTube shorts and Instagram reels for my music. It's fun. It's a dream or a passion that I have deep down inside. And the cool thing is I get to show my daughter about what it is to go after a dream and a passion that I have, rather than just simply working a 9 to 5 or simply working a job. And go after that passion or dream you have deep down inside. It might not be something as big and involved as creating music, but I'm thinking of a buddy of mine right now who loves to cook. He's taking culinary classes. He's a fantastic chef, and yet he spends so much time working inside of real estate and has a young family as well. I don't think he cooks as much as he'd like to. I hope he gets the opportunity to, as the market is slowing down a little bit. I mean, so the question I simply want to ask you is, why spend more time grinding the phones, pounding the phones, when you can spend that time on what sets your soul on fire? You've got to ask yourself that question. Why spend more time pounding the phones when you can spend time on what sets your soul on fire? So anyway, I just wanted to share these four things with y'all, things to do in a market slowdown. These are things hopefully that are different from what all these coaching gurus are saying. Again, I don't want to sell you anything. I'm not trying to sell you a coaching program. I'm not trying to sell you anything like that. I just want to put good out there and share what's worked for me. And so I hope this has been beneficial. Again, those four things: get clarity on how much profit you need from your real estate business, and then create a plan to hit that number. Use this as an opportunity to institute business hours for your business. Spend your extra time with the people that you love, and go after a dream or a passion you have deep down inside. I promise you, if you do these four things, you're going to come out of this slowdown in a better position in life than you are in right now. And so I appreciate y'all checking this out. Until next time, please, if you're seeing this on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're getting this in your inbox, I'd love to hear what you have to say, what you think about it. So hit that reply button. Give me some feedback. I appreciate y'all. We'll talk soon.